you, and when I defang the Viper, trust me, ain't gonna come from nowhere. Jeff, I already put you out. I don't even know why you're out here right now. Keep on talking. Hey, do me a favor. Why don't you act like this is an AA meeting and you shut your mouth while I'm sharing with the group? And Mustafa, you out here, a boy among men. And I'm gonna tell you what, you got lucky at the Rumble, so I know you're gonna come out here and run your mouth about how bad you are. But let me give you a little bit of a reality check. You see, Mustafa, you said that my eyes don't lie. Well, your eyes don't lie either, because last week, they were closed real tight when I put your simple ass to sleep. And AJ, hey man, be honest with me. How's our old girl Wendy doing?
How I feel when.
Welcome back to the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. It's me, Afeez. With me as always, Devin, and we have a special guest with us today, Mr. AT&T, Victor Oquendo, aka Vic Endo, as he's sometimes called as well. Victor, hey, how you doing, man? What's going on?
I'm good, guys. How you doing, man? I'm psyched, pumped. I'm ready to hit the stars, man. I just want to let all your viewers know that my name is Vic Endo, Mr. AT&T, Mr. All This and That. Guys, everybody watching out there, I just want you guys to know there's 3 things you need to know about me, and don't ever forget it. I'm hard to get, I'm easy to lose, and by God, I'm impossible to forget. Let's remember that.
Hey, I like that. I like that, man.
That's a 100 statement, man. I like that, bro. That's what's up. That is what's up, bro. Man.
Awesome.
But once again, man, like I said before in the pre-show, man, we welcome, we were honored, so blessed. Even though, you feel honored, man, we the ones that feel honored, bro, for you to come on,
Thank you.
Talk about wrestling, who's been in the business, who lived it, who actually breathed it, you know what I'm saying? So we actually feel honored, man. So thank you.
No, thank you, guys. Again, I'm humbled and honored as always. Guys, pro wrestling has always been my life. It's something that it's something I'm passionate about. Although I did drift off into MMA and Muay Thai for a bit, it's never died within me, man, because there's a bear inside me that I have to put it to sleep, and I haven't been able to. You know what I mean? So, there was a little competition pulled out about 6-7 months ago where Sean Spears was looking for a tag team partner. I don't know if you guys remember that. And they were talking about an unknown. Let's bring an unknown. And we all know, us smart wrestling fans, we all know it's not an unknown. It's going to be a seasoned independent wrestler that's on the cusp of being signed. Come on, man. Don't. We're not dumb. You know what I mean? I'm the fan. I'm the fan turned pro wrestler. I'm the guy that they should pull out the hat. They should give me that chance. I should be the fan in there, and everybody should be living vicariously through me. I'll be doing it for you guys. I'll be doing it for me. I'll be doing it to put my swan song, just to get it out of there, man. And I'm willing to put everything on the line, and I really mean that, on the line, to the point where I know it'll be my last one, and I don't care. It's going to have to be, because I'm not going to be able to move. But I'm going to do my thing, if granted those 5 minutes.
All right, so Vic, man, run us through your background, man. Run us through your story a little bit, because you touched on a couple things there. So in terms of your journey in wrestling before and after, just give the people a little bit of a background of just what your history was like in wrestling.
Well, wrestling was a safe haven for me from when I was a kid. I was bullied really hard, and I would come home and I would turn on wrestling, and it was like, I lived in that world. I have a story. 1991, I believe, Christmas Eve, I got jumped behind my building. That was my Christmas present, mind you. And I came home, and instead of getting, the love I should get or what happened, I got told, what did I do to cause that? What happened to me? It's not a great thing to hear when you get home from your own family. So I put on a VHS of Survivor Series, and I'm watching it. I'm like, man, this is something I got to do. I felt safe. I felt like nothing could go wrong there. And from that moment on, bullied or not bullied, because growing up in the PJs in Lower East Side Manhattan, liking wrestling, all you got told was, oh, you want to wrestle guys in underwears? You know how that went. And I didn't care, and I was me. I'm unapologetically me, and it was something I wanted to do. So, back then we didn't have internet. We didn't have any of those things. We had Pro Wrestling Magazine. We had things like that, and schools were very secret, So I was fortunate enough to find the Doghouse Wrestling in Brooklyn that was run by Lathan at that time. Homicide was there as well. Low Key was coming from there at that time. I trained with those guys, and I got a hard knock. I came in, and since I had watched it on TV so much, and I was doing it in the park and all this other crap, I got in there and I told the head trainer, who was about 6'6", his name was Lathan. I was like, "Oh, I know what I'm doing. Can I tag in with you guys?" And he's like, "You want to tag in with us?" I'm like, "Yeah, can I tag in with you guys?" Right? And he's like, "Sure, come in." So I come in, you know what I mean? I throw him to the turnbuckle. I try to give him the 10 shots to the head or whatever. And all I hear from this big man while I'm doing that is, "You ready?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Here we go." He put me on his shoulders. Boom, powerbomb from the top rope, man. Sit down powerbomb. Tagged in the other guy. Got a mud stomp. Clap, 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 clap. Just kept going and going. And I stood there for 20 minutes, man. I got thrown out the ring. Didn't know how to go over the ropes. Didn't know, but I learned. I learned that day. But I went over the ropes, and he beat me up pretty well, him and his boys, you know what I mean? And I got in there, and I got an invite. And I started training ever since, and I started skyrocketing from there. And then I went to a New York City Wrestling Connection, which is run by Mikey Whipwreck now. But at the time, it was run by Johnny Curse and Dickie Roberts, who's one of the trainers there. And I started training there. I met Mike Myers when Mike Myers was 17 at that time. He was like a journalist, writing about wrestling. He wasn't even doing it yet. So I met him, and I started doing shows out there. And then from there, I saw that TNA was doing Gut Check at the time. It was brand new. It was 2004, and they were doing Gut Check. So I said, you know what? Let me try. What do I got to lose, right? I go over there, and there was 10 participants there. And out of those 10, I was the only one to survive. I'm the only one by Scott D'Amore that was like, listen, I need you to come back next week. You won it, vice versa, whatever. And then they had the tryout next week. Another Gut Check was Joe Doring, who's on TNA now. He was the second Gut Check champion. So me and him were put together, and we were told to go to Canada to continue wrestling there in Scott D'Amore's organization, which is Border City Wrestling in Canada. And we finished our training there with Tyson Ducks, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, A1, big Canadian muscle head over there. He was called A1. Rhino was coming through there. He had just got let go by WWE at the time. And we got our breaks out there, and we wrestled. And, I was doing well, and I was doing shows for Scott D'Amore out there in BCW. And I had to go home because, like I was said in my previous interviews, my son, who is now 20, is special needs, and he needed me. So I went back home. I left Canada, and I went back to Brooklyn, and I started taking care of business there. And I did little shows, little house shows, little things in New York. And I got a tryout for FCW at the time, Florida Championship Wrestling in 2008. And I wrestled out there. EC3 was there. He was trying out at that time. Who else was there? A guy who looked like Jungle Boy, but he wasn't Jungle Boy. He was there. Drew McIntyre was there. He had a messed up arm at the time, but he wasn't trying out. He was just there already. I didn't know who he was. He was a tall, skinny kid. I was like, who is that? I didn't know who he was at the time. Sheamus was the champion at that time in FCW. I was like, who's this big white boy with big arms? You know what I mean? It's like David Otunga was there. They had just signed him, to a contract because of the way he looked and because he was on I Love New York. A lot of people don't know that, but he was on that show. And, I made really good friends there with Billy Kidman, Norman Smiley. Who was the other cat? I forgot the other cat's name, but those guys were great. Did a promo cast in front of Ricky Steamboat and Dusty Rhodes at the time. And he loved my promo. My work in the ring, not so great. They didn't like it that great. But when I spoke and I just got lost in the story, like he would say, make a story up about a dead dog, make something up. You know what I mean? So I spoke about my son. And not so much what I want to do in wrestling, not so much any of those things. I just tapped into that energy. And they offered me, a contract for $750 a week at the time. No guarantee for TV, no nothing. You know what I mean? Move all the way to Florida. And I was psyched about it. And my son needed me, so it wasn't feasible at the time. So I chose my son, obviously. And I still home with him for about 11 years, taking care of him, training for MMA, doing Muay Thai at the time. And I had to put wrestling back here, but I never forgot it. You know what I mean? So that's basically my story there with that. And the story, the wrestling dream has never died. Let's just put it that way. It's still there. But that's pretty much the meat and potatoes of that. That's the cut up story.
Yeah.
So
that's the journey, man. Definitely. So let me make sure that I'm catching all of it, because it's there's a little bit of a distortion on my side. So I want to. Are you currently doing MMA right now? Is that which like the main thing you're doing right now?
That's what I was doing. No, I stopped doing MMA about a year ago. I stopped competing. My record was 11-2. I stopped doing that. I'm getting older. I moved out to San Antonio, Texas. I moved out here with my wife. So now I'm just out here, training, trying to get back into the wrestling. I'm in the best shape as anyone sees my Instagram. I'm getting back. I'm getting back up there. I'm at Vic Endurance. Now I'm a health coach. You know what I mean? I'm a actor, things like that. But pro wrestling is number one for me. I'm out here talking to the Texas organizations. COVID is messing everything up for me because I got I got Texas Wrestling Academy like 6 miles from me. You know what I mean? I got all these Texas promotions and no shows going on at too much out here. So I'm trying my best. I'm trying to get my name out there, but I'm not kidding myself. I'm a certain age now, and I'm not daydreaming. I don't think I'm gonna get a contract. I don't think I'm gonna go on a run. I know I'm a insurance liability for them because I'm not gonna be able to do those nights and things like that. I just want my one off into the sunset to show that I am a standard bearer. You guys may not know that, but I know that, and I want to show. I just want to show I could go toe to toe with one of the best. And right now, it's not about being a world champion because that's not feasible. What it is that Cody Rhodes, or one of the Rhodes, period, are my championship. That is my goal. That is my aspiration. And since he's about the fans, because there's no disrespect towards him, but he's about the fans. And since he's about the fans, I figured he'd be the one that give us what the fans want. You know what I mean? So
all right, Devin, jump right into questions, because you definitely had some questions spark up when Vic Oquendo was getting into talking about some Cody Rhodes and all that. Right. So go ahead, man. Go with your questions.
Oh man, I definitely got a lot of questions, but I'll just start with this one. Basically when you're talking about this, it's been hard in New York. There's no shows, and then you're leading up to Cody. Like, how are you adjusting, watching quarantine wrestling, and what do you think you can bring, to this new era of wrestling for quarantine wrestling? To if you had the opportunity to fight Cody or wrestle Cody.
Well, when I get the opportunity to wrestle Cody, we're gonna what I'm bringing is something different, man. This is straight up organic. This is straight up a real fan getting in there, man. This is a straight up unknown getting plucked out of the hat. This is Rocky 2. This is exactly what it is. It's Rocky 1, but the ending is Rocky 2. You know what I mean? Where he's pulling an unknown out there. He's like, let's see what he can do. All I want to do is show that I can go toe to toe. Win or lose, it doesn't matter to me. My point is to leave a lasting name. Be like, damn, that guy right there had those unfortunate things that happened before. He'd be where he's at. And it's the straight up truth. It's a travesty. And what I bring to this quarantine wrestling is something real. This is reality TV at its best. There's no Mark Burnett back here, man. It's straight up Vic Oquendo writing this. And it's real stuff. And it's stuff that needs to be on TV because, like I said, they were looking for a partner, but we all know it's going to be some indie guy that was ready to go. know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm not an indie guy that's burning up the indie scene. I am not. I am not. Now, I am that old school guy that got trained in 97. And I am that guy who's coming up the hard way. I'm that guy who rubbed elbows with AJ and TNA. I'm that guy who's there with Jeff Hardy came through. Even Dustin, when he came through and he was Black Rain over there. All those guys were there. And Monty Brown was another one that I was staying in the hotel with there. And the Super 8. We were all staying in the Super 8, man. Lucy loved us over there, all of us, man. You know what I'm saying? So we had the little trips from the Asylum to the Super 8 in the van, just talking wrestling with those guys. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall came through at that point. You know what I mean? All those people just rubbing with those people, man. DDP came through for a little bit. I was there the night that Macho Man came. Surprised that he came in at the end of the pay-per-view. I was there. And it was a big deal to me. I was like, oh, Macho Man is here. You know what I mean? And it was like, I was like, yo, you can't get no bigger than this. So I was going. I was doing all the right things. And I know there's going to be a lot of fickle indie guys out there. There's going to be a lot of the guys in the locker room. They're going to be like, you didn't pay dues. Yes, I did. I paid my dues and then some. I had to sit back, correct. But I paid dues. I put up rings. I mopped floors. You know what I mean? I carried bags. I did everything correct. The only thing that happened to me was that I had to take care of my son. That was number one. Now that that's done with, and I still am a prime, in an athletic prime, and I can do what I do, it's time for me to do what I was supposed to do. I mean, now it's my time. And I want to show everybody that I just need the opportunity. I need him to hear me. That's it. No disrespect to none of them there. But they need to hear me. I did pay dues. I did it. And now it's time for me to do what I need to do. And it's my swan song. You know what I mean? I can't be 70 sitting there and being like, I could have did it. Or I should have did it. Mm-hmm. No, I'm going to do it. That's the problem. Somehow, some way it's going to happen. I'm not going away. It's going to happen.
So I got a question too then. So like with you bring up the names that you rubbed elbows with, the AJ Styles, the Jeff Hardys, and a person like that's trying to come up and trying to also do what you're trying to do, get into AEW, say have a matchup with Cody or someone in AEW, is probably saying to themselves like, man, if this guy is saying this and trying to get his voice out there, like for me as a guy who hasn't rubbed elbows with guys like that, like how do I get to that point, to potentially put myself in that situation. So my question kind of is, what do you say to some of the other people who have a dream as well, but maybe haven't had, those opportunities that you have, like, to maybe even have those connections? Because I could see someone hearing this and be like, oh man, this guy, he's been in the same locker rooms with this guy and training with this guy. Oh, hell yeah. Like, those names kind of add, they hold weight, and so it kind of brings eyes to you. But for someone who's like completely like, maybe has never done that, what advice would you give to somebody else who has a dream to say, hey, I'd like to jump in, like, where do I start and what should I do? Like, what, Vic Oquendo, how do I get in?
Well, basically what you got to do is that you got to want this. You got to live this. You can't play wrestler, man. You got to want it. You got to live it. I'm constantly promoting in my head. I'm writing things all the time. I'm putting action matches in my head all the time. Songs make me think different things, all that stuff. And for anyone that's out there that wants to do it, you got to want it. You can't just want to play wrestler because you want to be on TV. You got to want it. You got to go out there. You got to find a school, a reputable school that's there to help you, not hurt you. Learn your bumps, learn running the ropes, learn the psychology that comes with practice, actually, obviously. But as soon as you do those things, you gotta live it, man. You gotta want it. You gotta be you. You gotta make noise. You gotta stick out from the pack, because everybody out there is like, oh, I'm the tough guy. I'm gonna hurt this guy. Or they're miserable, or they're smiling, or they're doing something. No, we're tired of that. You gotta go out there and you gotta be like, I'm here to change wrestling, period. And you got to mean it, not change it because you're going to do a lucha style, you're going to fly off the top rope. No, you're here because you're going to talk it, and then you're going to perform it in that ring. You're going to tell the story. You're going to tell it, and it's going to come through here. You're going to see if it's fake through here. And I don't know if you guys If I'm not coming off as a superstar to you, or as a champion, or as an aggressive person who wants it, then I failed you right now. Then it's bullshit. Log off. I'm no good. You know what I mean? But I live it. I live it. You know what I mean? This is me. I'm a humble, funny guy. I'm all those things. I am. But this is me amped to 100. There's no character. You know what I mean? I just want to do it for the pure art. Same reason why I wanted to fight. Not because I like fighting. I'm not a fighter. I won't pick a fight with nobody. I won't walk away from one, but I won't pick one. You know what I mean? As when I fought, that didn't define me. I fought for the pure competition and because we were creating art. It's a dance partner. And my dance partner right now,
yes.
And I know, because it's something Dirty Heel said the other time. Shout out to those guys. He told me last week, a lot of people think that Cody's not a great worker. Cody's a good worker. Cody just needs someone to put that fire under his ass and push it out. And they're thinking it's going to be Sting. It's not going to be Sting. If you're going to give it a Sting who's 50-something years old, give it a Vic Oquendo. Why not? Let me do it. I'll push him to his limits. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But
right.
It's all hearsay, but
you're right.
Why it's something I want.
Yeah. No, you totally right.
Why
with that. I mean,
Sting's 50-something years old, man. If you're going to call me old for the sport, I'm 42. I just turned 42. Why not me? You know what I mean? I can move faster than Sting right now.
Exactly. And, someone who, like you said, an unknown, a true unknown, like give someone that push that's I mean, you're hungry for it. We can hear it in your voice, and you have that mindset. Something you said, you were like, it's like if I don't come off as a champion, as a guy who loved this and passionate, in speaking to you, then I failed you. And I feel like that mindset right there is awesome, and in of itself is inspiring to hear you say that, because it's like you have to live it in order to become it. Like you have to be it, and really, like, in your mind, it's not just like you don't put it on, you don't become that character, you just are it. So that mindset right there, it's like, it's awesome. Like, I think that's a very inspirational thing for anybody who's aspiring to be at that next level, to say, hey, like, it's not. Yeah, they talk about characters, but is it really, or is it just you, like, just kind of like out there and really like not held back and really letting it go? So yeah, man, I think like right now I'm feeling that from you. Like that energy is clear as day. Like you on the mic right now. I'm like, yeah, man, Vic Oquendo, Cody, get this man in that call, man.
Yes.
Like, what's going on?
Yes, put him on the card.
Please put me on the card, man.
Yes.
3 minutes, 5 minutes. Please put me on the card. No one's going to appreciate it more than me. Like I said, I got a belt, and that belt's a prop, man. Let me tell you something. I don't need a belt to be a champion. I exude it. I believe it. It's just like you don't need to be a millionaire. If you believe you're a millionaire, you're going to be a millionaire. But if I don't believe I'm a champion, if I don't believe I'm worthy, if I don't believe I'm going to go out there and put on a show, then how are you supposed to believe it? You mean you can lie to everybody, but you can't lie to yourself.
That's true.
I mean, and like I said, I don't want to. I'm not bitter.
Yeah.
I'm not bitter to the wrestling world. I'm not. It may sound like rants of a wannabe, because that's what I'm going to hear. I know I'm going to hear it from some guy who's killing it out there. But remember, guys, whoever's out there, I was killing it like you. It's not like I didn't do it. I did it.
Right.
Now, it's just that why it has to be done a certain way? Who said it got to be done that way anymore? Mm-hmm. Who said it? Mm-hmm. I'm here. I'm making noise. This is as real as it gets. I'm making noise. I'm making waves.
Yep.
Now, all I need to do is Cody to come with the life raft, right? And be like, here, come on the life raft with me. Let's do our thing. Let's go. Let's make magic, man. Let's make magic.
Yes, man. And I don't see why.
Plain and simple.
And I don't see why AEW don't give you a chance, man. If they're talking about being this revolution, be that revolution, be that change. Give somebody who's that truly, like you said, that unknown, that chance who's gonna, man, give somebody some inspiration, somebody who's trying to make it too, like Hafiz said, who's trying to make it as well, who's walking in your shoes, like, man, if he can do it, I can do it, man. So that brings me to my next question about your wrestling style, your in-ring ability. Like, what would be your in-ring style? Is it more like striking? Is it more, slow, methodical pace? Like, I don't know about high flying, because I know you talk about, striking. So, how would you describe your in-ring style?
My in-ring style is strong. It's always been strong. It's very snug. There's very little daylight in my shots. I like to receive the shots the same way. I want people to come out of there saying, wow, those two, took each other's heads off. I'm a striker. I'm methodical. I pick body parts. You give me an arm, you give me a nostril, I'm taking it. It's all going to make sense. That's my style. I'm a thinking man's wrestler, but I'm aggressive. And if I have to jump on you from outside, I jump on you from outside. If I got to put you through a table, I put you through it. If not, I'm going to tap you out. Either way, tap out or pass out, it's all the same to me. I'd rather pin you, but you staying down for a 3 count is a choice. Me making you tap out, that's not a choice. I took your soul. That's the point. But that's my style, man. I love it. That's awesome. It's very pit bull. It's very pit bull. Very, very in your face. It's just the way it is. It's nasty. You're not gonna see. You might see me smile here and there because I'm living in the moment. But it's very nasty, man. You could give it to me, I'm gonna give it back. It's just the way it's gonna be. Fighting in the pocket. That's just the way it is. One of us got to go this way. I very much thought it was gonna be me, but one of us got to move. But that's just my style. Very, very hard nosed. That's just awesome. The way it is.
That's awesome. You talked about also too. You're a fan. You're a true fan too, and that would be part of the draw of having this matchup with Cody and being in AEW. But as a fan, and let's just stick with AEW. Like, who are you a fan of right now in AEW and what they're doing? Like, who's got your attention right now?
Aaron Darby, John Moxley, MJF is one of my. That dude is magic on that mic, man. He makes me laugh. He'd be someone I love to do a face-to-face promo, even though I know he's gonna get under my skin. It'd be some real stuff. He's hilarious. I like Jack Hager a lot. I think that he needs a little more time, more time on TV. I would definitely love to wrestle Jack Hager, but those are my favorites right now, and of course Pac. The bastard, come on, man.
Oh yeah.
Pac, that's the most intense guy in there.
He's a scrapper.
That dude is intense.
Dude, he's intense. He's so intense.
Oh my God, I love it. He's gonna make you. You're gonna fight with him. Cody Rhodes, what?
Yeah. So that matchup. So we know you want that matchup with Cody Rhodes. That would be the guy. But outside of, because we were just talking about your favorite. So who else? Who would be that next top person that you'd want to go one-on-one with in AEW outside of Cody Rhodes? Who would be that next person?
Outside of Cody Rhodes would have to be Eddie Kingston. Outside of Eddie Kingston, it would have to be Dustin Rhodes. And if not those guys, then definitely Pac. I know that he's light years ahead, but the intensity, it'd just be a fight. It'd be nasty. I'm thinking about Walter and Dragoff. That type of that's the type of match that get jumping out of the seat. So you'd be that person to bring it out. You got to bite down on your mouthpiece and be like, "Oh, he hit me hard," that type of thing. So yeah, those guys for sure.
Hard hitting, man. Stiff wrestlers, definitely, man. That'd be my God. So another thing for you too.
Yep.
We've been talking about AEW a lot, but the WWE product. What's your thoughts on the WWE product right now?
Well, I'm digging that Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens storyline. I'm digging that to death. Those guys, Kevin Owens is murdering it. I kind of like where Roman is going with it. Roman is intense as his body and everything is looking on point. But I like the fact now that they're trying to make it a little more adult. I like the fact that Randy is doing his thing. Randy is doing his thing, dude. But I like that they're steering away from the old school and they're going with Matt Riddle and these guys, and they're learning, man. They're taking a page from AEW. They're saying that those guys over there are making stars, and WWE needs to do the same, and they're doing it. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion, but I think that they're stepping up in the right path, man. This whole thing with Big E and Apollo Crews, I love it. Talking smack had me wanting to see them wrestle right there. You know what I mean?
It did.
I was like, wow, this is gonna be something.
With both of them, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Talking about Paul Heyman is
Oh
on
my
one.
God,
though, in those
Apollo's
talking
about
smack.
to break. He's about to break.
Dude, he is.
Yes.
He was sitting there with the tribal
He's
chief.
definitely.
You know,
Sitting with the tribal chief, man.
with the
And I
tribal
was like,
chief.
oh, snap.
Like, listening, he was like, okay. He said, no, sit. Watch this. You can learn something.
Yeah.
You know, when Paul Heyman with the contract, he said, no, man. I never said I wanted this matchup. No, I wanted last man standing. And I'm sure it is handled. He said, you see that? See how I did that right there? I'm like, yeah, man, okay. All right, Apollo taking notes. Oh man, so stuff like that, man. Yeah, dude. It's WWE product. It definitely is getting more mature. You know, definitely with the Roman Reigns storylines and with some of the other storylines right now. So what about on the NXT side? Because for people that listen to the podcast, like they know, like me and Devin, we talk highly of NXT. We call it the gold standard, and on some occasions too, we even look at them as being maybe even a little bit better than Raw and SmackDown, even though it's developmental. So you do too? Okay, all right, yeah. So talk about that. Like, what do you think about NXT, and then also too the idea that it could have been a third brand? Do you see it as a third brand, or do you see it as developmental?
I see it as a third brand, man. I don't see it as developmental at all, man. That's all their shows are on fire, man. I look forward to watching that more than Raw and SmackDown, to be honest with you. And their takeovers are like, I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, third brand for sure, man. If not, they soon gonna be second. I'm telling you right now. But those guys are killing it over there, man. Killing it. Love those guys over there, man.
Oh, I gotta ask you about this because Devin. I know Devin. I'm bringing this up. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up. All right, so Pat McAfee, just what he's been doing, being in there, because we have mixed feelings on. Well, I'm mixed. Devin is pretty clear. He hates Pat McAfee, so there's no question there. For me, the beginning, the first matchup we had with Adam Cole, I wasn't feeling the fact that you're taking a guy who was the longest reigning NXT champion and you're putting him up against Pat McAfee, who had 2 weeks of training. Like it wasn't believable. But then we get into War Games and he's got a faction with him. He's got Pete Dunne, Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch. He got help. So
Correct.
I was okay with that. So what do you think of the Pat McAfee situation overall? Like, what's your thoughts?
Hey, having a name and being from another part of the sports industry is a hell of a drug, man. That does it all for WWE. But I was a little upset that they put Pete Dunne under Pat McAfee because Pete Dunne should have been the leader of that, or he is right now, and he should stay that way.
Well, he is.
But Pete Dunne, he should be already up on. I think he should stay in NXT, to be honest with you, because they're gonna kill him on the main roster. But I think that when I saw him come out with Pat McAfee, I was like, really? Why are they killing Pete Dunne? Like, why are they dimming his light under him? Don't get me wrong, Pat McAfee can speak. He's a great antagonizer. Awesome. I mean, I think that he's, and I think for the little bit of time he did well. Which begs to differ why AEW wouldn't take a chance on me. But okay, I get it. But I'm not Pat McAfee. But no, I'm me. But Pat McAfee, I think that he's a flash.
Yeah, but like he's a kicker, and yeah, he's got the I guess the social media presence. He got the TV show, but he didn't have any wrestling experience.
Yep.
And then here you are, a guy who's like you're passionate about it. You lived it. You're just you exude wrestling, and it's like trying to get your foot in the door to get that opportunity at the AEW is like. What's going on? Like, why not me? But then WWE's taking a chance on Pat McAfee. But like you said, that fame, I guess it's a hell of a drug to see. I got this guy from ESPN, and the
crossover
casual fans can see. Yeah, like you said. So it's crazy. It's crazy how that works, man. But
that's the way it is.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna ask.
It's all name brand.
Yeah.
Real quick, so I got a question. Keeping the focus on wrestling, man. So, like, who are some of the wrestlers that influenced your style? Like, what was that? Like, what's your wrestling story? Like, what was that one match that, like, okay, I love this sport right here. Like, I love this wrestling.
British Bulldog and Bret Hart SummerSlam 1992, Wembley Stadium for the Intercontinental Championship. That right there turned my world upside down. I was like, dude, this is what I want to do. I want the crowd, and I want to tell that story right there. It was that story.
You know, really in that, man.
That story.
Brother-in-law, the wife, yeah.
All
Brett's sister.
Sold out Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
Sister right there. All of that. All of that. Made me like, whoo. I was like, man. Oh, and then not only that, Royal Rumble 92. When Ric Flair went in and won the whole thing, and he told that speech with a tear in his eye, I was like, oh, my God. I love this sport. I love it. I love it. I love it. Those things right there, like, go-getters for me all day, man. But my favorite person growing up was Arn Anderson. It was Double A, man. It was the enforcer. Always was and always will be. That spine buster. I've never seen no one snap it like that.
Dude. He still got it too, man. At his age,
still got it to this day.
Still got it, bro.
Yeah. He's the only one who does it that way. Have you noticed people try to do it and they can't rotate like him? I don't know what it is. I try to watch it myself. I'm like, how is he doing that?
Yeah.
You got to give it up, man.
See so many people imitate that. Yeah. Yeah, like you've seen, Triple H and Carl Anderson and so many people. They've got their own version of the spine buster, but it's not quite that Arn Anderson spine buster. It's oof.
No, it's just like smooth and it's
never duplicated.
It's like
yeah, just the way he does it, man. Like
the way he would psych people off with DDT, go to punch, and they would like that. Like, oh, this guy, man, I love dude. He was awesome, man. He was awesome. Nice. Love that dude,
man.
Love him.
So would you say, in terms of the wrestlers that influenced you, like back in the day, was it more so the wrestling or the characters that would get you? Because that's another thing that we talk about a lot on the show. The actual like in-ring wrestling and the story they're telling that way versus like character work and, stuff like that.
Well, I always gravitated towards the heels, to be honest with you. But for me, it wasn't the characters. For me, it was that story. It was the way they went in there and they ended it. It was man on man. It was whatever had to be done, but it was done. And if it was told right, dude, I loved Roddy Piper for that very reason. Roddy Piper would talk, go in there, and he'd be in your face, man. Especially when he was younger, when he was thicker. Oh, man, that guy. But the storytelling, that's why I always liked heels. I always liked heels because I think they're the better storyteller than the babyface. I always thought that. And I still think it to this day. Because they're the ones who provoke the emotion out of the fans. They're the ones.
Yep, they do.
Yep.
I mean, the babyface got to be that. But the bad guy is like, this is your hero. And then, it's like, whoa, it's gorgeous, man. The babyface is coming out with heat, and you just cut it off right on top of there. It's awesome, man. And I love heels, man. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love them.
No, 100%, man. Even in today's wrestling, it's like you can be the best babyface in the world, but yeah. Hey, so in AEW being a heel versus Cody, yeah, man.
Oh hell yeah, I want that. Yeah, you got that heel personality, persona, bro.
It'd be a natural thing for the fans. Maybe the fans wouldn't think I won, but I know other people will because they're gonna think that I'm being disrespectful. I'm not being disrespectful. I love the wrestling industry. I respect it. I know what you have to do to be there. I've done it. Yeah. I may not be on that platform right now because this is way before YouTube. All these things, you know what I mean? But there's nothing but respect when it comes to it. There's no disrespect to Cody. There's none of that. I just figured that he's about the fans. AEW is about a revolution, and the revolution, the wrestling industry hasn't done it. Everything has been done. You know what I mean? Why not do it this way? And I keep referencing Rocky 1 and Rocky 2. It's exactly that. It's Rocky. It just is. You can call me Balboa or you can call me Mr. T, whatever it is, but I'm either one. I don't care. I'm going to climb those ropes and one of us are going to slide down. It's just the way it's going to be, man. And I'm going to come on, keep bringing it on. Win or lose, I don't care. I have this to prove to me, and I want the fans to know I'm doing it for me and the fans. So that if I ever do get up in there, you guys are there with me, because you're hearing me. You're hearing it. You know that nobody's paying me. I don't have a contract. Nobody's telling me to do these things. I'm doing it because I want to make noise. I want to do something different. You know what I mean? I'm not more special than the indie guy. I'm not. They're hungry. They're ready to go. But it's my time. It's just my time. I'm not going to do it the other way. I'm not going to sit in line anymore. I'm not going to wait. I don't have that luxury. I'm not 20. You know what I mean? This is now or never. It's just the way it is. And it's now. It's got to be now. And there's no more perfect opportunity than when I saw them ask for Sean Spears' partner. I mean, I naturally gravitated to Cody, but they had the idea. So let's go with it. Let's go. Let's let it grow. Let's do something with it. Let's go. Let's go. I'm willing to do whatever. I'm willing to sign whatever I gotta sign.
They just kind of let it fizzle out right there.
Kind of stopped, out of nowhere. It just it just went away. So that's another great opportunity to just say, hey man, like you were looking for a tag team partner, like here I am. So I love that too. Another question for you. So AEW and Impact, they're in this partnership right now. What do you think of that?
I think it's great, man. I'm like, I always wanted to see WCW and WWE do that, before it got bought out. I wanted to see it really happen during the wars. So what they're doing is intelligent. It's smart. I think it's great. You know what I mean? I like the whole mix. I mean, I wish I was still there because I was there when it was TNA, when it was starting. But I was like, here we go again. But I love it, man. I like that whole, about me on this island. We're a bunch of superstars over here. I love that. I don't know, that reality cross. I just love it, man. I'm just a big kid at heart. And I was like, yes, love what they're doing over there. You know what I mean? And if they're doing that, AEW is really doing those things. And they're trying to do something different, and they're doing it. Let's keep doing something different. Let's keep going. I mean, What do you got to lose? At the end of the day, the ratings will be high, because they will be, win or lose, whether they know me or not. I don't want to see it. So the ratings will be high. You know what I mean? You show you the best. I get to show that I did it for the fans, and we'll call it a day. You know what I mean? I'm not looking to be called back. I'm not looking to keep going. I'm not looking. No. This is just something I want. I want it. He's my championship, man. It's just the way it is. He's my belt. That's just it.
Yeah,
and I want it. I just want it.
Yeah,
that's it. I just want to go out there, and those promos will be real.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Like that's what I remember seeing one of the documentaries that had Keith Lee, I think it was, and Vince McMahon was like, "You got to make me believe it. You got to make me believe." And we came on here on the podcast being like, I wonder, what he means. 'Cause we were kind of questioning, like, where's Keith Lee at? Like, is he gonna get a push? Like, is he not? Like, what's happening? And, but over time too, it started to become even more clear. Like, okay, I think he actually does see something in Keith, but Keith hasn't made it real yet. He hasn't really, put it all together yet. And so what you're talking about here too is like, it's got to be authentic. It's got to be real. It's got to be you. And you've got to make people believe. Like when you say you're a champion, when you say you want this, you're that's coming from you, and you're making it as real. Like you said, those promos are gonna be real because this is you just talking. So I'm like, man, like man, like I'm bought in. Like what I'm saying, like man, I'll tune in to see it for sure.
I'm bought in, right? I want my ticket.
Absolutely, man.
If I had the man in front of me, just imagine if I was standing in that ring and he had a mic in his hand and I have a mic in the other hand, face to face, eye to eye. The desire and the passion is going to come out. Everything that I've wanted to do since I was a kid is going to come out. You're going to see it. It's going to be raw energy. There's not going to be, oh my God, I'm so happy to be here. It's not going to be none of that. I'm going to tell them straight up, I'm coming for you. I'm coming to show that I can stand here toe to toe with you. It's not a disrespect thing. You're my dance partner. You're it. And I'm going to go and show everybody on TV that this is as real as it gets. This is me. And I just being right here to him is going to be, I'm telling you right now, I'm just going to come off and I'm going to be me, man. It's just, I feel it right now. I get goosebumps just talking about it. I can't wait for that opportunity. I know it's going to happen. I know with the help of you guys, Dirty Heels, anybody that's listening will keep pushing it. My YouTube, I put a YouTube video out last Monday, and I called it Dear Wrestling. And I was talking about how the wrestling business, I just wrote a letter to the wrestling business, and I put it on there, and it's just me talking, man. It's not me selling myself, saying, "Oh, I'm the toughest guy. I'm gonna knock." No. It's me showing I love the wrestling industry, and it's tickled, and it hurts me, and I want to know why. Why hasn't it found me when I'm over here looking for it? You know what I mean? Like, it's just the way it is, and it's promos have to be real. Dusty Rhodes said it best to me in 2008. He said it. He said, a promo doesn't have to be about the Undertaker or what you're gonna do. A promo has to be real. It has. If you ever lost if a dog died on you, or someone died on you, or you lost your job, or something like that, speak about that. They don't want to know who you're gonna be. They want to know who you are as a person, and who I am as a person is a real, authentic fan that dreamt, breathed, and ate this, and felt like he put his time to. I paid my dues. I took care of my son. Now that chapter is done, and now it's my time to go out there and get in the face and show them where I should have been. I should be ending my career. I'm going to end it by showing everybody that I was the greatest of all time that no one got to see. And that sucks. And that hurts me here. It just hurts me. You know what I mean? I'm an artist. I just want to put it out there. You know what I mean? I want to put it out there in this raw, organic fashion. That's it. I'm just a young kid that was bullied in the 80s, you know what I mean? That ran away to wrestling and did all these things because I was different. I always marched to the beat of my own drum. I always, I guess I was always a wrestler without, people saw it and thought it was weird, and I didn't care. I didn't care, man. And I still don't care. Like I said, I'm going to have a lot of indie guys hating me. Why you? Why me? Because I'm out here and I'm saying it. That's why. I have the balls to come out and say I want it. Only one who got something to lose is me. Either I fall on my face or I thrive. So there's only one way to find out, right?
That's right.
Man, bro, you a Spartan, bro. I'm going to call you a Spartan, man, because you need to be on that movie 300, man. Like, all them goons right there, you need to be up there with them, bro. You got that warrior's heart right there, man.
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we hear you, bro. Coming in loud and clear. I was just saying, man, you need to be one of those 300 Spartans, man. Like, you got that goon mentality. You know what I'm saying? You got a warrior's heart. Like, you need to be up there with Leonidas, man.
Yeah, man. I just want to let me leave on my shield, man. Let me leave on my shield, man. Just let me fight. Yeah. That's it. Just let me leave on my shield. Exactly. That's it.
Exactly. Well, man, just the passion that you're speaking with right now, I just commend you for, just keep fighting for, this dream that you have. Just keep putting it out there. And then everything you're doing, taking care of your son and just being the father that you are, man, probably more than anything, I commend you for that, and just being the father and the man that you are. But then also with this dream, man, just keep on going. It's really inspirational to hear you talk about this, and don't worry about the haters, man. Let the haters hate. If someone wants to say, "Hey, why is this guy talking?" That's just, they're mad just because they're not able to. They don't have the confidence themselves to be able to put themselves out there the way that you are. So just keep at it, man. It's inspiring to listen to you. I'm just sitting there man, you make me want to get up and just just do stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just go out and do something. So yeah, man, it's great.
That's awesome, man. I love it, man. I just want, I know you guys are limited in time, so I'm gonna I'm gonna go right into wrestler mode, and I'm gonna say it to Cody Rhodes, straight in your face, Cody. I'm going to let you know, like I said, there's 3 things to know about me. I'm hard to get, I'm easy to lose, and by God, I'm impossible to forget. But I tell you what, you may not know me now, but I guarantee I'm going down fighting, taking you with me. And if not, you will be scarred, so you will never forget me. And for everybody else out there, solve this riddle for me. For all you haters out there, I got 1 finger and 2 words for you guys. That's all I got to say about that. Figure that one out.
Vic Oquendo, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that is awesome, man. Hey, Vic Oquendo, thank you so much for being here with us. This was a pleasure. This was an honor. We got to have you on here again. Get that matchup with Cody Rhodes. Make it happen. We're going to be following your journey.
Yes, please.
I'm going to be following you on Instagram. I'll be watching the YouTube videos.
I'm already following on Instagram, man. Bro, you be getting in the gym, man. I got to reach out to you, bro. Get back into that gym lifestyle, bro. You know, I ain't took a lax.
Just hit follow on your Instagram right now. It's like, boom, follow, done. I need to see this journey, man. So keep at it, man. Thank you for being here with us. Pleasure.
Anytime. And follow me at Vic Endurance, guys. Check my YouTube channel out. It's Victor Oquendo on the YouTube channel. Like, subscribe. Please, guys, follow me. Let's get the word out there, man. Hashtag give me Cody. Give me Cody.
Yes.
That's it.
Give me Cody. Give this man Cody. Let's make it happen. Hell yeah. All right, man. Well, that's going to do it for – well, actually, before we go, Devin, I'm going all through – I go all around the format. Good, so we usually end it with Devin letting the people know where they can hear. So, Devin, take it away.
No problem. Real quick, I just want to take this time, man. I want to do a rest in peace to Lord Scorsese, man. He's one of the – Top Rope Wrestling Talk members over there. Man, we lost a beautiful soul, a beautiful mind. He was a lover of music, a lover of wrestling. He's the one that he was on the track that rapped on the song for our crossover episode right there. So I will honor him again with for our intro and outro, man. So I just want to rest in peace on him, man. All right.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. All right, so if you want to catch us on all the platforms, on all the social media outlets, we got Facebook, we got Twitter, we got Instagram, and we do have TikTok as well. Can't forget about TikTok.
TikTok.
Yes. And there's only one website you can go. You can go see. Access them all. One stop and shop. That is ClarkStreetWrestling.com. The website, Clark Street, ST for the abbreviation, .com. Hit that website. You have all access to all our episodes, all our social links as well. And we have over 160 episodes for your listening pleasure.
All right, and that is going to do it for this week's episode. Mr. AT&T, Vic Oquendo, thank you once again. Much appreciated. For Devin, I'm Hafiz. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
All right, guys, that's it. Thank you for coming to the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast.
Burberry scars, shrimp and Perry on, living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports cars, silk massage, menage a trois. Yes, I've been a boss. Burberry scars, shrimp and Perry on, living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports cars, silk massage, menage a trois. Yes, I've been a boss. Sauntering, maitre d' staying flabbergasted.